Oh, Christmas tree, I don't know the words to this song. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, something tree, I think that's the words, don't ask me. Oh, hi there, it's me again. I bet you thought you got rid of me. Not quite yet. So, it's Christmas time, and that means it's time for me to make something stupid. But what would I make? I have a lot of Christmas lights sitting around. But what if I bought like a ton of PVC and I made a Christmas light tunnel? No, that's a stupid idea. I should go do something else. Something useful. Like my taxes. So I'll be the first to admit, a drive through rural Wisconsin is not very exciting. But when you find someone who's willing to sell you 10-foot pieces of PVC for $1 a pop, you'll make that drive. Hell, you'll make it twice. Because for this project, I need a lot of PVC. I bought almost 400 linear feet of PVC for $40. That's a pretty good deal. That's like a quarter of the price you would pay at a big box store, and I'm gonna need all of it. Half-inch PVC is fairly flexible, but it's not flexible enough to bend into a half circle without breaking. So, I assembled a jig to hold the PVC in an arc so that I could use a heat gun and bend it into a new profile. I didn't go to math school, I went to art school, but I do know geometry. Kind of. With all the PVC bent, it's time to map out where this thing's going to go. Originally, the plan was to build this over the driveway to make it like a drive-through Christmas light tunnel, but that plan fell through. So instead, I'm going to put it up on the upper prairie trails here. This trail is kind of bendy and changes in elevation, so we'll need to account for that as we build the tunnel. I'm cutting this half-inch rebar to act as stakes for the half-inch PVC to slide over. Half-inch rebar actually fits perfectly inside the inner diameter of half-inch PVC. It's like the one time things fit together without having to fiddle fart around to make them work. To make things easy for assembly, and especially disassembly, I'm just friction fitting everything together. You'd be surprised how hard these things are to pull apart when they're under tension. The sun is still up, and the kids are still asleep, and I've got the afternoon off, so I'm gonna keep working. I think I can finish this by tomorrow, right? So, it's like 2 weeks later. I caught the plague, and then Thanksgiving happened, and time just kinda gets away from you. Now that we've got some snow on the ground, I'm back in the Christmas spirit, baby, and I'm ready to finish this Christmas light tunnel. But first, our first step is actually to go back to all of our arches and cut them in half. I need one more rail that runs in between the arches, both for stability and a place to put the Christmas lights. Luckily, all it takes is a T connection or an X connection and then hook them back together, so it's not hard, it's just tedious and kind of wet. So here's the final product. Yeah, I know it looks a little janky in the daylight, but imagine it all lit up and being cool at night. Yeah. Certainly not a weird PVC sculpture my neighbors make comments about. Fred, I'm almost done, I promise. I'm using these smart icicle lights for the top rail. When you plug in multiple strands together, they sync up and they do all sorts of wacky patterns, so they're fun. They've been sitting in a box in the garage for 3 years, so I'm happy that I'm using them again. They're not cheap. I learned as I was working on this project that they make reusable zip ties, so get those. They're great, because when you make as many mistakes as I do, you need reusable zip ties. As I sit here and untangle the Christmas lights, I think to myself, what am I doing? This is ridiculous. Who builds a Christmas light tunnel? How am I going to take this down? Where am I going to store it? Those are problems for next year, Emery. Well, I've used every Christmas light I own on this tunnel. There's nothing more I can do to it this year. All that's left is go turn it on and see how it looks. It's chilly out. Well, we've done it. Another project in the books. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you like these kind of videos, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. It helps. At least I think it does. Nobody watches this channel, but maybe one day they will. And you can say you were one of the first. I've always got silly ideas. You know what? No, they're not silly ideas. They're good ideas. I've always got good ideas in mind. And I've got plenty of projects lined up. So stick around. You might find something interesting. Or at the very least, you can watch me build something ridiculous like this again. Until next year. I need like 10,000 more lights though. So if anybody out there is watching who sells Christmas lights and wants to give me like a ton of Christmas lights, hit me up. I have a place to put them. Oh God. Well, it seems like the timer has decided that I'm done making YouTube videos. Good night.